Hi there. Today I'm going to show you this new shoulder mount setup that I actually purchased after making my own stabilizer things. I did say I was going to buy one at some point, and I need this for some shoots, and actually it's very good and practical, and it looks a lot better than all of the new ones that are coming out. This is the Lanparte shoulder mount rig. It fits mine, so I didn't bother looking into that too much. It looked great, so I bought it. It's much older than a lot of the newer stuff, and because everything that I have is basically older generation anyway, this is absolutely amazing to me. And now, I have played around with this a few times already, so it's not like I'm not familiar, but it will be fun to try and work it out again. I've only just purchased this anyway, so this, the first thing you're seeing right now is to be able to mount, or to be able to put my camera on it. So I've put my yeah, I'm not getting that off, but I've got my tripod plate on this part of the rig, and it has room for, I'm guessing they're 15mm poles, and then you got your clips to close them up. And so the first thing I want to do is put this on my tripod. Now for me it goes the way of this release button facing towards me, so I'll just slide that in, make sure that doesn't move around. And then for this I am going to use the long poles first, I believe. I wish I did have shorter poles. I noticed that would have been nice, but first I have to open up all of these and make sure they're all out in the open, and let that go on like so. I'll try and show you every bit of the way here. So we've got that. Right. So we got those poles on there. Just tighten that up for a minute. Now, for me, I like to get the camera on almost immediately. That just allows me to figure out where everything goes. I do have a cage for this, but I won't be using it, and it doesn't really fit, and I think I need some extra poles and whatnot. And with this I have to actually, once again, try and show the other side. I have to clamp that closed up the top there, and then that should stay in there nice and well like that. And then I would like to get my lens on, and for this scenario I am actually using this 16mm tomorrow, because I only have two lenses readily available to dick around with. And this is a fairly new setup to me, so let's have a look. That's alright. Now that's all in like that, the poles. And now we have to figure out the rest of it. So I've got my second poles here, and I'll wait to do that last. Taking my time and enjoying the process of dicking around. And that's all it is, just having a little bit of fun with this. I'm just locking these in place so that the rails stop moving. And now I've got my shorter rails. So for this scenario, because I'm using my shoulder mount, scenario, I have to have the longer poles, yeah. So right now I have to make sure these rails are at the top, because they will fit the focus ring and the matte box quite well. And it's gonna look hilarious because it's very tight fitting, and so I have to really maneuver everything the way I would like it, otherwise it's going to be a bit buggy. So right now I want to try and figure out my focus ring. So for me it's going to be like about there, right? And so if I put it on this rail, it's going to be way too low, but this higher rail allows me to do that. And what I like to do first is to actually get the focus ring on, partly, if this thing will let me, before I put it on the other rails. And this focus ring is not for this particular model of mount. It was thrown in as a package. So let's get this almost closed. Yeah, sort of. Then I will slide that on. Making sure all your clips are undone to loosen up the actual clamps. And making sure everything's out of the way so we don't break nothing. And right, let's have a look. And she is on there. Right, and I'm tightening the clip underneath, and now she will move around a lot better, like so. Now we're working with the front here, right? So I will show you the front at the moment, and hopefully I'm not fucking this up. I will need to move those rails back, so it's a whole nother process of unclipping everything like this, trying to get everything nice and loose, and then pushing those under rails back, right, and just making sure we don't break anything in the process. And that looks good. Coming up to the front here, I am going to get this lovely matte box on, and also this didn't come with the cover for the lens, so we ended up making one. We don't have any ND filters that are going to fit into the box, but this is just for, you know, whatever, playing around at the moment. So we've got to figure out that way, I think. So remember every little detail. Sometimes it doesn't want to get on there. Comes a pain. Just like that. Right, and usually what I am doing is, well, I only just started doing this, is I have a hair tie, wherever that is. Yeah, well, the hair tie will sit on top of the start of the lens, and then I'll put this sock thing that we made on top, which I'll have to figure out before tomorrow. And now that's on, except for the pain in the butt thing, which I have to do. Bring it back again. Try and almost get that tighten. Right. Put it back. And clip it. Always making sure that all the clamps are tight, because if they loosen up, you might lose the camera. And now we'll give that a bit of a view. See what that looks like. Right. And you can see it from that angle. And I've had to dick around with this to make sure the weight distribution is correct, because, well, I think I figured it out now because my tripod is a bit flimsy, but I think I've worked it out to be what I want it to be. Go that direction. Now, ram that on there. Ugh. I sort of want that to be towards the back because I don't have an extra monitor, and so I still have to be able to see what I'm doing because I don't have that set up, and it moves around nice and easy now. And one of the things I find great about this is because every component of this is heavy, and to me that makes it easier to film with, because of the motion. A lot better and a lot smoother, I suppose. And now it's going to topple over because we put our heavy front end on. And it just makes it look a lot better, a lot easier to play with. Now this is what I'm talking about, just the handle playing up, but you know, very cool at the moment. And let's just plug her in. Probably not much to film right now, but just plug it in anyway. See what we've got. See the messy area I'm in at the moment. Loosen her up. Bring it back. I've decided so far I'm not a fan of those black bars like in films. But anyway. Reposition the camera. Right. So this camera has focus, I forgot what it's called. Focus peaking, and I'm assuming the green dots and everything are when it's in focus, because that's what I've been doing. And yeah, so this off the tripod. I'm clipping the tripod and I'm doing that. Heavy. Right. Heavy. Lovely little microphone attached to the actual tripod, which is great. Anyway. Alright. And that might be a bit too close, you know, so I have to move everything around a little bit. But that's the actual shoulder mount thing that I purchased. Open it up a bit. And already lost our focus ring. Out. And there we have it. This is the Lanparte camera rig, shoulder mount. I'm not aware of the year. I just purchased this off of the internets as it looked like a solid unit compared to anything that is available now online. Pretty much goes with the actual camera and rig that I need.